I was perplexed, flabbergasted, overwhelmed, flabberwhelmed. Eh? Hello, welcome to Becca Diaries. If you're new here, my name is Becca and I film from Kaduna, Nigeria. Thank you so much for your love and support. We now have 200 amazing subscribers. I am grateful and I am not taking it for granted. Thank you, thank you, thank you. God bless you. This is my first story time on this channel, and I'll be narrating how I left Lagos State for Kaduna State at 18 years old. For the sake of precision, I left Badagry, Lagos for Zaria, Nigeria at the age of 18. 18 years, 3 months. To be sincere, I left secondary school in 2008. I was 16, young, full of life, with plenty energy. And I was looking for where to put the energy to use. So I worked as a teacher, a sales girl, a secretary at different times, between 2008 and 2009. Stories for another day, how it went down in those three different places. I remember when my mom, bought us personal computer to learn Microsoft Word, typing on Microsoft Word. She installed Mavis Beacon, teaches typing. Maybe hearing that voice of press this, now your index finger, now your thumb, now the middle finger, now this, now that. Anyways, that's how we learned. If you use Mavis Beacon teaches typing, please let me know through the comment section. And what's your word per minute? What's your WPM? I think that was a bragging right at some point that do you know my word per minute? Forget it though, I'm not your mate. So yes, that was how we started. And my mom believed we were truly learning how to type. My siblings and yeah, we learned, to be sincere, we learned small, but we're also playing games by the side. We're playing chicken invaders, to be specific, using the mouse, clicking, double clicking, to kill, to destroy. We're not stealing, sha. We're just killing and destroying. So, my mom was buying more mouse, replacing more. She didn't know what we're doing with it anyways, replacing more mouse than she was replacing another thing in the house. So we went on and on. I remember how people advised us, you will spoil the hard drive in this computer. You keep playing video games. But yeah, we did the main thing that she asked us to do. We learned small money. I'm sorry anyways if you're watching this. But we did try. And I remember one time my dad came to meet me. Oh, you're typing. Awesome, well done. And I was bragging that I didn't learn it from anywhere, self-taught, self-taught, self-taught. And I said, oh, okay, can you please make a dummy for this design? There's this book he wants to print. I just make a design for him. I'm like, come again? Excuse me? Then he told me, okay, no what, girl, if you don't know what I'm talking about, it means you are yet to get started. So young woman, go get some education. Oh my enter but yeah, life continues. He personally enrolled me at his designers center. So there is this young man, a very young man, who designs his books for him. By the way, my dad is a sign writer. So he enrolled me there and I started learning. Sometime in 2009, I was 17 and I was tired of jumping jobs. I was tired of sitting at home really. I was 17 and I wouldn't wait for jam that year. My friends were already in school. In fact, there was this particular one I remember so well, Michael. Michael was already in 100 level mass communication. And I was also at home rotting away, like I'm 17 for Christ's sake, I should be in the university. So I was eager to be in the university. In fact, I had another friend who at the time had enrolled in a distance learning center. So I felt like I was a failure already. I'm 17, all my friends are in school. I am nowhere to be found, really. So I picked up the DLC form, the Distant Learning Center form. I picked it up. Had already spoken with my parents that I want to go to school. My siblings were there, So by the time I picked up the DLC form, they knew, oh, this girl is serious. So my sister decided that, okay, you know what, girl, slow down. We'll get you, even if it is a diploma form, get into school. So by the time JAM is out, you can sit for it next year. So we agreed and they started the hunt for diploma courses. I remember clearly uh, they started with LASU, Lagos State University at Ojo. The price sent everyone away. It was it was 250,000 naira. Why was I supposed to see 250,000 naira? So my parents were like, okay, no, Vicky, since you're gonna wait for this jab. I was persistent. I said, no, I just need to get into school. My friends are in school. What am I doing at home? Get me to school. I don't want to be here. I want to be in school. So out of frustration, my sister contacted one of her friends who at the time was a final year student. I think he was already rounding up in ABU to go for service. I think the idea was that northern universities shouldn't be as expensive. So she reached out to a friend who was already in his final year then in ABU. And interestingly, truly, just as predicted, he said that the diploma course, as at the time, was 25,000 naira. That I could come for diploma in mass communication and I would really enjoy it. I could do that while I was waiting for jam. Even though he gave us a wrong price, anyways, at the end of the day, we paid up to 50,000 naira. Anyways, I bought the form, I filled it, I submitted, no exams, no nothing. He gave us his word that just few weeks after then, I did this in November, December, mind you. So uh towards the end of December, I reached out to Michael. Remember my friend I told you was in ABU to 100 level mass communication, and I was looking forward to rocking ABU with him. So I reached out to Michael. He promised to help check my name. Then they were actually putting it on the board. It was not online, so I couldn't check all the way from Lagos. This is 2009, remember? So he said the list was not out yet. I felt okay, and I became, I became very anxious that the list is not out. What are they waiting for? Why? Why is the list not out yet? So yeah, a little patience won't kill. I waited till January. And I called Michael again. Michael, what is going on? Michael, please help check. Then he said, yes, the list is out, but my name isn't on the list. I felt so bad. Distant learning didn't work out. I'm not waiting for jam because obviously I was anxious. We can't pay for Lasso's 250k. And now this, I felt so bad. But life continues, Life continues. We could not come and kill ourselves because admission did not come out. I was 17 anyways and I was so eager then. I can imagine myself advising a 17-year-old, 18-year-old, 20-year-old now that, wait. Well, during my time, I was like very anxious. I really needed to get into school. So, life continued, I went back to my designing class. And guess what about the designing class? The young man was using me to type. You know how they will bring program of events for wedding or burial? I was busy typing out hymns and proceedings and vows and tributes. That's what I was busy doing. I was busy typing out those. I wasn't learning anything. In fact, just once in a week, once because it's always busy. Actually, to be fair to him, he was very busy. He was extremely busy. As soon as we get there by 7 8, he is designing. People are there on his neck trying to vet their work from morning till night. So he was actually always very busy. So I won't deny that fact that he was always very busy. But I mean, I paid for this. So just once in a week we were like 3 or 4 learning at the same time. So at the end of the week or during the week, just once a week, he would call us together and teach us how to use the pen, how to use the color palette. I think before I left, the only thing I could design was a book cover. Anyways, while I was at it, my sister's friend, the one who introduced us to the Diploma in Mass Communication course, had gone for service, and he reached out to my sister asking, where is your sister? Hope she's finding the course interesting. Hope ABU is treating her well. And my sister was like, oh, thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for helping us. But my sister didn't get it. She didn't get into mass communication as you thought. And he was surprised. He said she didn't get in. Did she sit for any exam that would warrant she's taking off? I saw her credentials. I think she's okay. She has all her results in. So why will she be rejected? So my sister told the story. My friend Michael said my name was not on the list. So he said no, he doesn't trust that. So he sent a guy's number, Mubarak. He was in library and information science as at the time as a diploma student too. So that same day when I got his number, Mubarak checked. Guess what? He saw my name on the list. He said, hello, I can see the Rebecca Mau, something I can't pronounce. I said, Maulome. He said, yes, and Badonu. The name is there, and I went to your department. They have resumed since, and they're about to sit for CAs. Hey. I was perplexed, flabbergasted, overwhelmed, flabberwhelmed. Eh? That was how the struggle, hustle, everything began. My mom went to the market, got me more shoes, more clothes, got me a lot of things. And I also took my diary with me. Then I had a very big diary, bigger than an Ababio. A very big diary anyways. I had written consistently for 6 years in that diary. I've been writing in that diary since 2003. If you read that diary, you read the story of my life. At some point when people were trying to read my thoughts and going through my diary and actually going looking for it to read my thoughts and read my diary, I developed a code and continued writing so nobody could read it anymore. Anyways, I took my diary, I took my album, my photo album. So I packed. So cut the long story short, I had a neighbor who was a northerner. So he had the experience of traveling via the bus, the luxurious bus, the Marco Polos. So he took me to Alaba in Lagos. I boarded. The bus was so big. We were many. And we left. We took off around 8 p.m. At first, I was scared. I thought the luxurious was going to fall off. Because when we get to a bend, then to move this way. And I'll be so scared. Sometimes I'll hold the seat in front of me in such a way that, I was just trusting it to give me some balance and I wouldn't fall off. Anyways, that was how we did our Kurokere journey until we got to Okene. I got my first baptism at Okene-Kogi State, Nigeria. When we got there, we saw luxurious buses had parked. They had parked on the way. I was tired already. I was sleeping and waking up. In fact, I think I couldn't even sleep because of the way. The road was horrible. So the luxurious was on top speed. I don't know how a bus would be that big and then would speed that much. That was how the bus was going, top speed. And then we got to Okene. We noticed luxurious buses had parked by the roadside, and the passengers were out panicking. Our bus driver did not stop. He said no, he's already late. He took off late. His ETA was already late. His expected time of arrival is already late in the evening, so he can't wait. And this is already, if I remember clearly, maybe 5 a.m. That was around 5 a.m. This guy did not stop. Then we started going. We went on until we heard gunshots. It was at the time he heard gunshots. Can you imagine this man parked right there in the middle of the road, jumped out, ran away, himself and his conductor, and left us there, door locked. Then everyone started jumping through the window. That was when I knew, I think I was the only woman on board because everyone jumped except me. I think I literally went to the window. Okay, I didn't sit beside the window. So I moved when the person beside me jumped. I moved to the window and I looked through it, like looked down, and I saw how far the ground is, and I knew I could break my leg. So I sat there I stayed there. I'm like, okay. Then the robbers that would come, let's meet ourselves here. So I think my partner, the person who sat beside me, noticed I was still inside. So he moved back to the luxurious. Then he laid his back, you know, he laid his back on the luxurious. He laid flat on the luxurious and motioned onto me to drop, to come, using his to drop down through the window, using his shoulders as ladder. So that's how I kept my leg one here, one here. He held my hands and I came down. He held my hand and ran into the bush. While we were hiding in the bush, suddenly we saw a bike approaching, a power bike. The guy drove to the area we're staying. He saw people in the bush. Then he turned and waited. He said to us, "You know what? You don't have to hide this way, but I can give you a tip. When you see people on power bike, they are the armed robbers because that's what they are using. Mind you, the place is full of bush. So where is this person coming from in the first place?" Then we realized we might be standing with a thief, so we ran into the bush. We spent about 30 to 1 hour. Then we received calls that the road is cleared, we could move. That was how we continued this journey. At Gogalada, that was our first stop. No, we stopped at Lokoja, then Gogalada, Abuja, then we moved down to Kaduna. At this point, I was frustrated. I was tired. I have never left Lagos before. Okay, apart from Ogun State, when I went to Ogun State to school. It's a neighboring state. It's a sister state to Lagos State. So Ogun State and Lagos are like this. Ogun State, Lagos, Oyo. So it's practically my first time leaving Lagos, and then on such a long journey. It was tiring, I won't lie. By the time we got to Zaria, I was sick, tired. Sick, and tired. I was sick, tired. My legs were swollen. I was looking white, dirty, and smelly. Like, ah. It was exactly 24 hours journey from, of course, from the time I left my house. If I'm to calculate from the time we took off, that's 19 hours. If you have to calculate from the time we left Alaba to Zaria and the time we arrived at Zaria, it's exactly 19 hours, right? 8 p.m. to 3 p.m. the next day. Mhm. Long story short, we got to Zaria. I was told that when I get to Zaria, I'll drop at the flyover. It's called Kwangila. That the person I would be staying with, the person receiving me, would be there waiting for me. So we got to Zaria, and just by the Shagalinko, it's like literally 10 minutes to the flyover. I think that's where they officially drop off their Zaria people. They already know that. And because I had told them I was going to drop at the frequent customers of Marco Polo know, they are aware that they drop there. At that Shagalinko restaurant, opposite Shagalinko, there is a filling station where everyone drops just before the flyover, like 10 minutes away from the flyover. So I didn't know. By the time we got there, and remember, I had two luggage. One was a box, the other one was a Ghana Must Go. The box contained few of my clothes and credentials. The Ghana Must Go contained all of my shoes, all of my food, all of my candies from Badagry that I was going to show these people in Zaria, that we have sweet coconut candy, kiniko candy, sugar, granite candy, whatever, a lot of them. My diary, my album, my holy Bible, everything was in there. For my sweatshirts, because I had it's cold and all, my sweatshirts, everything was inside that Ghana Must Go. So by the time we got to that place where all Zaria travelers drop, apparently the conductor had dropped the Ghana Must Go. So while we're moving ahead, just a minute or two, in fact, the Macapolo hadn't even gone back to the center of the road for you to know we just moved. We're still moving by the side of the road, just going forward, little by little. Then the conductor sighted me and said, you are still here. I had dropped your load though. So I said, no, they said flyover. The person that I'm going to meet is already waiting for me at flyover, and this is my first time here. Please just drop me at flyover. The driver said, okay, the problem is not about dropping me at flyover, but that the conductor had already dropped one of my luggage. So she better go down right now and go get my luggage. And I can call the person, describe the place, tell them it's at Shagalinko. The person should come meet me there. I felt bad, but okay, fine. If that's what you want. So I dropped. And I literally trekked back. Like, I think it's just like 30 seconds. 30 seconds driving away. I literally trekked back to that point. The Shagalinko building is visible, so you can't miss it. Trekked back. Guess what? They dropped some people at the place, remember? But everyone was gone by the time I got there, including my luggage. So I stood there confused. I started asking the people I saw, please, did you help me see my luggage? I heard stuff like Ba English, Akoi Hausa. That was when I knew I was in a long thing. So I waited there for the person who was coming to pick me. In fact, at some point I felt okay, maybe the conductor didn't really drop it. I took a tricycle and followed him there, and then I followed the bus. It wasn't, I couldn't catch up with them. I came back to the point. The man they dropped who had gone to Lagos to get the electronic gadgets, I didn't meet him there, nobody. I was frustrated because guess what? I have just been Lagosed in Zaria, a Lagos girl like me. That was how my luggage went. So Ogaju, the person I would be staying with for the next 3 months, came to pick me. He consoled me, oh, don't worry, we'll find it. Hausa people are honest people. I'll get it. We can go to radio stations. They announce things like this. I would get it there. I should be rest assured. I'll be okay. I'll be fine. I'll see it. But I was sad. All my luggage. I mean, the entire Ghana must go. I had the other box there. But the entire Ghana must go of my food, my clothes. Guess what? All my shoes. When I was traveling, I wore the worst shoe. I was like, oh, I'm traveling now. So I wore one slippers. It's already peeling safe. So all my shoes, gone. My clothes, the sweatshirt, my diary. My diary was gone. Gone. Days after, actually, we went from one radio station to the other. People we told one morning safe. One of Ogajude's neighbors or a family friend ran to our house to say, oh, she heard about a missing luggage announced on Queen FM. I was so happy. The next day I went there. I went to Queen's FM. They're busy showing me rice, beans, shoes, separate things, separate luggages, missing items. They didn't even look like mine. They were never mine. They were not mine. As in, at some point, I just made up my mind to move on, to move away from this heartbreak. By the way, Oga Jude is my neighbor's brother at the time. My neighbor's brother, who had visited us in Badagry then like twice. So I would be meeting. He just got married at the time. I think he got married in 2009 December, and they were receiving me. They don't know me from anywhere apart from the fact that we used to say hello, hi, gist. When he comes around to visit his brother in Badagry. But they accommodated me. I stayed with them for the next 3 months, and they really took good care of me. In fact, I started getting my clothes back. His wife gave me some of her shoes. She gave me some of her clothes before my parents could send me money to purchase some other things. My friends who also helped me were Joy Ede, and Jumoke Authentic, Jumoke Ganiu. Yeah, so Joy, Jumoke, and Auntie Faith, who is Oga Jude's wife, really helped me that time. I mean, other people helped me, but the people who come top of my list, thank you guys. I haven't forgotten you. I'm really grateful. You guys came through, So that was how I left Lagos at the age of 18, came to Zaria, Nigeria. So that was how the 18-year-old Becca with her pimpled face and a never had a boyfriend before status started her journey into what she is, whom she is today, into whom she is today. Postscript. Since then I got to school, I haven't heard from Michael. I called him, he didn't pick. He stopped calling too. I don't know what has happened to him, to be sincere, but I do hope someday I see him again and maybe I would understand why he did what he did. And I just hope he is fine wherever he is. If you're out there and you've gone through similar experience, let me know through the comment section. Till next time, please subscribe to my channel. If 200 amazing people invite other 200 amazing people, by next Friday, Saturday, when we upload another video, we would have 400 amazing subscribers. Come on, come on, come on. You can do it. I know you will share this video. Please share, subscribe if you've not. Till next time, I love you.